hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to a slightly more sadder Redmond Roundup. I done a live stream yesterday and I raised two suspicions. I raised one about us possibly not getting a centre-back this summer, and then I also raised that we're not going to get two midfielders, we're probably going to get one. Now, I actually didn't know this as factual information from the time of recording, but since I've woke up, I think it was Neil Jones and Paul Joyce. It might have been one of either or both who came out and said we're only going to get one midfielder. And simultaneously, the news about Lavia and Thuram and us pulling out of the Lavia and Thuram transfer is being confirmed by those same journalists. So even though we might go back in for him, I don't know. But right now it seems, and this is the way it was looking to me as I was analysing the fields, as I like to call it, but we are going to be pulling out on the deal of Lavia and Thuram. Now, let me know what you think. I'll be honest, I never really rated him too highly. I feel like I can say it now because, you know, he's not going to be our player. So everyone who's done the same thing with Wizzy, then hopefully they're not going to do the same with Lavia. But yeah, it's one of those where I think he's a good player and I think he can be an amazing player. But as of right now, this second, I don't think he's an amazing player. I think he's an okay player. And I didn't think it was required to get a player who was okay, who was going to get us from 5th to 1st. And I understand the alternative, which is Lavia, doesn't seem to be too much more experienced or significantly better, might even be more expensive. But if he stylistically adheres to what we're looking for in that position, then that will be massively beneficial. And that's the thing. I actually, do you know what's crazy? I'm actually impressed with the way I've been analysing these tweets and whatnot, because I'm getting a few things right when I'm putting it together, because I am trying my best to give you the most accurate news. I'm not a journalist, I'm not. But if I can try and paint the picture the best way possible for myself, then we don't need to get too excited. And I know that the only two players that we've been heavily linked with, because we were linked with Vega and Gravenberg, that was never proper. But the proper ones was Lavia and Thuram and Lavia. And you can speak to both players at once. And I think it was smart for us to analyse the options, keep our options open. But it does seem now we're going to go in for the Lavia thing. And I done a video yesterday saying he was going to be getting an official... Liverpool are going to be planning an official bid. But when that happens, I mean, it depends on whoever else wants to go and get Lavia. If Arsenal bid for him or Chelsea bid for him. If you're Liverpool and you do smart business, which a lot of people like to think that Liverpool do when it comes to ins and transfers, then, you know, you're going to want to analyse the fields and see what offer did they go in with first, and then can we match or compete with that offer. Because if Chelsea or Arsenal don't offer for Lavia, then that simply means we can just go in again at the end of the window for a cheaper price, because Southampton would be more desperate to sell. Or in January, where they'd be more desperate to sell for a cheaper price, because that's probably why Liverpool do a lot of their business in January. So yeah, I'm not trying to say Liverpool the almighty kings, but as I was analysing everything, I started to doubt, you know, another midfielder. And the reason why I'm starting to doubt a centre-back, it was when the Joel Matip contract extension rumours came out. I just couldn't believe what I was reading. You know, Joel Matip, as much as I love our giraffe, he's boss, he's great. But the only thing that I question is, you know, he's probably one of the most unreliable players in the team in terms of availability, and he's not getting any younger. He's only got a year left on his contract. I imagine he doesn't get better in 12 months. I also imagine that he's not going to be playing in the first team anyway. I also know that he's on over 100k a week. So all these things that people were complaining to me about yesterday on stream, like, oh, it's not off, oh, we've got too much of a high wage bill when we're giving Adrian 60k a week, or, oh, we don't have enough homegrown players, we need to sell Thiago. Yet Adrian is Spanish and he's our third choice goalkeeper. We haven't used any of the goalkeeper positions for a homegrown player, which we could very easily do, which would very easily solve this situation that we're in right now. But no, we decided to extend his contract. We're looking to extend Joel Matip's contract, but Thiago's the one who needs to go. Makes no sense to me. Really makes no sense to me. Honestly, like, brain dead people will come to the conclusion the giraffe needs to stay, who plays once every 5 games, but the world-class midfielder, the best midfielder that we've had in years, can't play and he has to go. You know, like as if we spent loads of money on Thiago, he was only 20 mil. The midfield situation's interesting, guys, because, you know, I did think, you know, when all the fans were jumping on the two midfielders thing, I was thinking, like, even me and Hussam, we had a little debate, and I was thinking, so you're saying we're going to win the league if we get Thuram and Lavia? First of all, I don't agree. Second of all, why are we getting 2 more midfielders? Where have you heard we're getting 2 more midfielders? And I got excited because everyone was talking about it, but deep down I was thinking, this is not usually what Liverpool do. And turns out that was the case. And last night, that's why I done the stream. And the 2 main topics was no centre-back, because that's not confirmed by news outlets. I just don't think we'll get one. But then the midfielder as well. I've just got a phone call, and it's one of those annoying things when you're doing a video, you want to keep up your stride, you know what I mean? So getting interrupted, annoying. Shout out to Alec, because that was him. But yeah, I just think it's one of those where when you analyse the situation, we're probably now going to go all in for Lavia. If we don't get Lavia, I don't know who we're going to get. I don't know who the number 2 option is. What I do know is that we still need another midfielder and we need another centre-back, and I don't think we're going to get those, which leads me to the point that I think maybe both of us could be slightly disappointed by the end of this window. Not to take away from the business that we've already done as well, by the way, chat. We've done great business, and I'll always give Liverpool the credit for the Sobbo signing and McAllister, 2 big names. But yeah, from a squad depth standpoint, it seems like we're just going with the old option of extending older players' contracts and then, you know, not really bringing in those new, younger reinforcements. And yeah, by the way, the mouse people are coming round in like an hour or 2 to sort out that mouse. So happy days. We don't need to suffer with the rattling no more. There's been a mouse in my house, for those who don't know, and listen, a mouse in a scouse house is not what you want at all, because me and him have been having some large beef. But anyway, to break down the video to this point, because we've got one more topic we need to talk about. Lavia and Thuram not joining Liverpool. Won't happen. I don't think it's going to happen anyway. Lavia, we're still waiting to put an official bid in, but the interest still remains. I also briefly touched on that. I believe we're going to get no centre-back, but that's just speculation. The same way I said last night, we're only going to get one more midfielder. That was just the presumption, and then the next morning it came out true. So I just want to let you know that. And then the last thing I want to talk about is Jordan Henderson. Now, everyone's talking about Thiago. Steven Gerrard's just went to Saudi, and apparently, I mean, I think it's an easy link to make, but it actually makes a lot of sense. He wants to bring Jordan Henderson as his first signing at El Attifaq. Or El Attifahi. So yeah, it's one of those things where, guys, if you got an offer for Jordan Henderson, because money's not a problem for Saudi, so if you got an offer for Jordan Henderson, any offer, would you sell it? Because I believe some people would say no, because we still need a bit of leadership. But then you'll ask fools like me, and I'd say yes, because the fact that we could even get paid for Jordan Henderson is absolutely insane. And I'm not trying to say I don't like Hendo. But yeah, do I think it'd be more beneficial for Bajcetic to get the minutes that Henderson was going to get? Absolutely. Do I think we'll be better for it? Absolutely. Do I think we'll miss a little bit of leadership? Not really. We've still got Alisson, Mo, Van Dijk. If these aren't leaders, then yeah, what have we been doing with the squad? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'd sell Henderson if the offer came in. And again, I do think these are just 2+2 links, and they're saying Henderson, Gerrard, they're going to end up being together. But Henderson does have 2 years left on his contract, and with that being the case, we're going to need an offer to let him go, or we're going to need to release him. The first one doesn't make too much sense from a financial standpoint. You might as well keep him if you're going to release him. And then the second one seems to make the most sense if it's true. If they bring in an offer of 5 to 10 to 15 million, then maybe we might just be able to pull off one of the greatest transfer sales of all time, getting money for Hendo Nino, you know what I mean, chat. But yeah, be careful for the rest of the window, man, because even me, when I was hearing everyone jumping on, we're getting 2 more midfielders, I started getting excited, but it didn't sound realistic to me in the slippery slightest. So I'm happy that I didn't stay on that train, and I'm happy that I looked at the field again. And yeah, I'll always try and keep you up to date with everything that the news outlets are reporting, because again, I'm not a journalist. I'm only talking to you about the stories from the reliable journalists, because if you look at all of them, you can get it, you know, sort of pattern on what's going on and where we're up to in the transfer negotiations. So I'm just here to do the boring investigations for you, you know what I mean? I'm just here to do the boring stuff. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Smash a like on the video if you haven't already. And if you didn't like the video and you think I'm a knobhead, then smash a dislike and let me know why in the comments down below. But anyway, I love every single one of you, and I will see you all in a bit. Peace.